So, the fifth film of Monsterverse, Godzilla and Kong the New Empire, has been released, which is a direct sequel to the 2021 Godzilla vs. Kong movie. King Kong and Godzilla were the characters of the first two different franchises. But a few years ago, the two companies met and started Monsterverse, due to which these two demons are now visible together. In this film, we learned about the depth of Hollow Earth, and here came such a monster who wanted to take over the world. Today I will explain Godzilla and Kong the New Empire movie in short. So let's watch. The story of this film is 3 years after Godzilla vs. Kong. In that movie we saw that after defeating Mechagodzilla, Kong went to live in Hollow Earth, and Godzilla was on Earth killing other titans and protecting humans. On the other hand, the Monarch organization which studies monsters had created their own station in Hollow Earth, and they were doing research there. And Monarch's scientist Eileen Andrews was mainly managing the department of Kong and keeping an eye on it. In the last part we saw a silly girl named Gia, who was the last member of the Eevee tribe living on Skull Island. He was now adopted by Eileen Andrews and she was teaching him. Meanwhile, while hunting Kong in Hollow Earth, there is a very big pit at one place under which an unknown area was present. Due to this pit, they start getting an unknown signal from the Monarch station in Hollow Earth which they do not understand, so they send him to their headquarters. There are two incidents because of that signal. On one side, Godzilla, who was sleeping peacefully, wakes up and enters a nuclear power plant and starts absorbing the energy there. And on the other side, Gia starts having strange dreams, and she starts drawing the same unknown signal. This makes Eileen suspect that all those incidents have some connection with each other. And it is very important to understand it. That's why, to solve this mystery, one of her old friends goes to Bernie, who helped him defeat Mechagodzilla a few years ago. Bernie knew and understood every incident related to Titan, so Eileen tells him everything and brings him to the headquarters of Monarch. Then Bernie, after seeing that signal Gia's drawing and everything, realizes that that signal is a distress call. That is, someone is calling them for help in Hollow Earth, so Eileen decides to go to Hollow Earth. However, Kong arrives in Monarch at the same moment after emerging via a portal that leads to Earth, because he was in excruciating agony due to damage to one of his teeth. Then Eileen phones a man who works as a huge animal doctor there by the name of Trapper. Kong is rendered comatose by Trapper there, who also removes his broken tooth and replaces it with an iron one. Eileen then gets ready to travel to Hollow Earth, and she brings Bernie, Trapper and Gia along. Then those people take a spaceship and go to Hollow Earth from that portal, and Kong also comes with them there. On the other hand, Godzilla, after absorbing energy from that nuclear plant, goes to the Arctic, and there he defeats a radioactive titan named Tiamat. Then Godzilla enters Tiamat's cave and absorbs all the energy there and becomes supercharged. This makes the Monarch scientist think that Godzilla is preparing himself for a big danger. When Eileen and her companions reach the station of the Monarch in Hollow Earth, they see that the station is destroyed and its people are found dead. And at that place there were the footprints of the big gorilla, which were not of Kong. Then Eileen and everyone else leave from there and move forward in the search of that signal. On the other hand, Kong goes to his hunting area and he gets down in that new pit, under which he finds a completely different and very big village. There Kong finds some gorillas of his species who attack him. Kong defeats all of them and he keeps one of the small gorillas, 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿, with him. Then Kong befriends him, and then 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿 takes him to his area, where a lot of people of his race lived and a mean ape named �ސ𝐴𝑟 was in charge of them. When Kong sees how mean 𝐶𝐴𝑟 is, he starts to fight him. The match was supposed to be a fight, but 𝐶𝐴𝑟 cheated to win, and he asked another titan named 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿 for aid. 𝐶𝐴𝑟 had a powerful crystal that he used to control 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿, an old ice monster. 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿 pulls Kong's hurt hand out of the ice. He then leaves that place with 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿, leaving his axe behind. That's when he meets the 𝐶𝐴𝑟. There, Eileen, Gia, Bernie and Trapper reach a secret temple while tracking that signal. And when those people cross a curtain there, they see a very big settlement behind it, where many ancient Eevee people were living. Then their queen comes there and she welcomes them by knowing about her tribe. Then Eileen and her companions find out that the distress signal was sent by these Eevee people, because a very big problem is about to come in the world. To explain about it, those Eevee people take Gia and her friends to a room where the history of Hollow Earth was written. And there was also prophecy in it. Centuries ago, under the earth, and there was a balance on Earth, and titans and humans used to live peacefully in their own world. But then a war gorilla, 𝐶𝐴𝑟, along with his tribe, wanted to take over the land of humans. Then Godzilla fought with him and defeated all of them and sent them to a part of Hollow Earth from where it was extremely difficult to get out. At that place, 𝐶𝐴𝑟 found the ice-cold dino 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿, whom he made his slave through that crystal, and he started ruling over his tribe. Since then, 𝐶𝐴𝑟 and his companions have been imprisoned in the lower part of Hollow Earth. Still, 𝐶𝐴𝑟 wants to leave that place and take over the world of people. After that, when the monarchs left Kong in Hollow Earth, he went deep into the world to find people of his race. Kong accidentally made it possible to get to the 𝐶𝐴𝑟's area, which made the Eevee people know that the 𝐶𝐴𝑟 would soon come out of that area and want to do his job again. That's why the queen of the Eevee tribe sent a signal to the upper ground. because they wanted Godzilla to defeat the Scar King again. But they knew that this time the Scar King also has the power of 𝐂𝐸𝐸, due to which Godzilla will not be able to fight him alone. That's why the old EV people made a prediction that when the Scar King will go to capture the Earth again, then an EV living on Skull Island will come down and wake Mothra. Mothra was a flying titan who was called the protector of EVs and a companion of Godzilla. She was killed in a fight a few years ago, but according to the prediction she was going to be alive again and was going to support Godzilla against the Scar King. But only the Skull Island EV could bring her back. All the EVs living on the Skull Island above the Earth had died, except for 𝐂𝐸𝐸. That's why the ancient EV of Hollow Earth was also calling 𝐂𝐸𝐸 for help along with Godzilla. On the other hand, the injured Kong was running away from the area of Scar King. But some gorillas were still following him who were helped by 𝐂𝐸𝐸 to stop him. And because Kong understood and felt 𝐂𝐸𝐸, that's why he reaches the town of EV in search of him. Eileen and her friends can tell that Kong has been fighting with Scar King by looking at how badly he is hurt. Then Trapper does one thing to heal Kong's damaged hand. A few years ago, when Mechagodzilla had attacked the world, after that the monarchs chose to make Kong more powerful to deal with such threats, so that he does not have to weaken in the future. For this, the monarch had made a strong artificial arm, of which he had sent a sample to his station in Hollow Earth. That's why Trapper brought that same robot arm there. He fits Kong in his hand, which also had some healing shots. With that, Kong gets better and becomes very strong. Then 𝐂𝐸𝐸 tells him that he can't fight alone with Scar King. In this work, it is necessary to take Godzilla's help. That's why Kong goes out of Hollow Earth and he tries to bring Godzilla down. But Godzilla gets angry seeing Kong in his area and he starts fighting with him. On the other side, the people of EV tribe, he performs a ritual with 𝐂𝐸𝐸, which makes Mothra alive. And she goes out on the ground and stops the fight between Godzilla and Kong, and starts bringing them to Hollow Earth by explaining them. On the other hand, one of the companions of Scar King followed Kong to the village of the EV tribe and saw the portals there, from which he could go to the outside world. That's why he goes there and tells his king. Then Scar King takes his entire army and 𝐂𝐸𝐸 attacks the area of EV. But then Godzilla, Kong and Mothra reach there and they start fighting with them, in which she also supports them. But while fighting, Scar King, 𝐂𝐸𝐸, Kong and Godzilla fall into a portal. And Brazil reaches the country. Coming into the outside world, Scar King becomes very happy. And he tries to cover the whole earth with the power of 𝐂𝐸𝐸. But Godzilla stops him in the middle. Then those four, they make two teams and fight with each other, which causes a lot of destruction there. Their fight was going on equally. That's why the decision of defeat was not being made. But then 𝐂𝐸𝐸 comes there with Kong's axe and he breaks that crystal from him, due to which Scar King was controlling 𝐂𝐸𝐸. Because of this, 𝐂𝐸𝐸 gets free and Scar King falls alone. Then Godzilla and Kong both hit him a lot. Then 𝐂𝐸𝐸 saves Scar King from the ice to take revenge and Kong breaks the ice, with which Scar King dies. After this, Godzilla cleans the sky with its atomic breath, which was covered by 𝐂𝐸𝐸's ice. In Hollow Earth, Eileen asks her to stay with those evil people for the happiness of 𝐂𝐸𝐸. But 𝐂𝐸𝐸 refuses and she goes back to the upper world with Eileen. Finally, Godzilla sleeps peacefully on Earth and Kong goes to Hollow Earth with 𝐂𝐸𝐸 and 𝐂𝐸𝐸, where they were all gorillas, and because Scar King was dead, that's why Kong becomes the new king there, means King Kong. So friends, this was the explanation video of Godzilla and Kong the New Empire. If you like this video, then please like and share it. And to see more such interesting videos, subscribe to our channel and press this bell icon so that you can get our videos on time. Until the next video, take care, stay safe and goodbye.